Let us talk about tuples today. There are four built-in data types in Python: list, tuple, set, and dictionary. We have already discussed about a list. Today we will talk about tuple, and in upcoming videos we will talk about dictionary and set. What is tuple? Tuple is used to store multiple items in one variable. Few people say that tuples are another type of list, and I agree. Yes, tuples are very similar to list. Tuples will have order, they are indexed. Tuple will allow duplicate values like list. The difference between list and tuple is that list is mutable, which means once the list is created, we can modify the list. Now the tuple is immutable. Once the tuple is created, we will not be able to make the changes. All other things between tuple and list is quite similar. There is another difference between list and tuple, which is syntax difference. Let us see how we can create a tuple. Tuple can be created using parentheses, while list can be created using square brackets. This is one of the syntax difference between tuple and list. Now, talking about a tuple, when we create a tuple, we need to make sure that we will keep at least one comma inside the parentheses. Otherwise, the tuple will not be created. Let us see. So, I have created this. I may think this is a tuple because it has been created using parentheses. Let me print this. Now, we can see that a string is printed to the console. Let me just check the type. Here we can see it is string. It is not a tuple. Why? Because we need to make sure that there is at least one comma after the value. Otherwise, this will not be considered as a tuple. So if we go back and keep one comma inside the parenthesis and execute the code, here it is. Here we can see a tuple is printed and the type of this object is tuple. This is how we can create a tuple. We need to make sure that there is at least one comma inside it. Even if we don't keep the parenthesis, that is absolutely fine. But if we don't keep the comma, then this is not a tuple. So now we have removed the parenthesis. We have the value followed by the comma. So if we execute the code, we will see a tuple is printed and the type of this variable is tuple. Okay, the next thing is how do we access items in tuple? As we already know that tuples will maintain the index, right? They are indexed. So we can access the items using index values. This is similar to a list. Let me just modify the tuple. We need to have multiple values in a tuple so that we can access the item using index. Okay, we will go with this tuple. Now we have the tuple and we need to access the items. We can access them using the index. Let's say we wanted to access the first item. What is the first item here? The first item here is apple, and then that is in index 0. So if we wanted to access the first item, we need to pass the index 0. When we execute the code, apple is printed. If we go with 2, execute that, then cherry is printed. This is how we can access the items using index values. As we discussed previously in other videos, index can be either a positive or negative. So if we need to access the last item, we can go with the negative index. You can see cherry is printed. If we go with 2, the apple will get printed. This is how we can use any item in a tuple using the index, either positive or negative indexing. Okay, now the other question is, if we need to access a range of values, how do we access? This is again very similar. We need to pass range of indexes. Since we need to access a range of values, we need to pass a range of indexes. How do we pass a range of indexes? Now I am trying to access from index 0 to index 3. This is how we need to pass the indexes. Start index, colon, end index. Now we are trying to access from 0 to 3. What will be printed? Index 0 will be printed. Index 1, index 2 will be printed. Index 3 will not be printed because stop index will always be excluded. Let me run the code. Here we can see the output. A tuple is printed with a range of values. Okay, now talking about if we need to make changes to a tuple, how do we make? as we already know that tuple is immutable, means we will not be able to make changes once the tuple is created. But still, for some reason, we wanted to make changes to the tuple. How do we make? We can't directly make the changes to a tuple, but there is a workaround which we can use to make the changes. How? This is the approach. First of all, we need to convert this tuple to a list. Why list? Because list is mutable. So once we convert this tuple to a list, we can make changes to a list and then we can convert that list back to a tuple. I'm creating a variable AB and I'm converting this tuple to a list. Let me just print AB so we will have an idea what AB is. So when I print AB, on the console we can see a list is printed. Since AB is list, now we can make changes to AB. Okay. Now I have added the item. Let me add one more item. This time I will add an integer. Okay. So now we will convert this back to the tuple. When we print this tuple, this time we will see the tuple is modified. How did we modify the tuple? We have the tuple which we have converted to a list. Now on a list we can make changes. We did the same thing and then we have converted that list back to a tuple. This is how we can make changes to a tuple. But always remember, we will not be able to make changes to a tuple directly. This is just a workaround which we have to make changes to a tuple. Now coming back to a simple tuple, let us discuss. So what exactly this tuple is? We have already discussed. Tuples can be used to assign multiple values to one variable, right? Here fruits is a variable to which we have assigned multiple values, which means we are packing all these values and assigning them to one variable, right? So now if we need to unpack them, is there any way to unpack them? Yes, we do have. If I say A, B, C, why A, B, C? Because we have packed three values. To unpack them, we need to have three variables as well. So the number of values and the number of variables should match. So if you say fruits and go ahead and print ABC, now I execute the code. Here we can see apple, banana, cherry is printed. We have three values, three variables. So each value is assigned to each variable. This is how we can unpack the values. What if number of values are not matching with number of variables? Let me just remove one variable from here. I will also just comment these print statements and remove this one of the variable. If we execute the code, here we can see the output. We get value error. That is because too many values to unpack. Number of values should match with number of variables. If they don't match, then we will get this value error. In case if you don't want to have number of variables matching number of values, in that case we can use asterisk. We can add asterisk before the variable. So that variable will get all the remaining values. Let's see how it works. Here on the right hand side, which is fruits, we have three values packed. On the left hand side, we have two variables A and B. Now A will get the first value and the B will get the remaining values. Why? Because we have used asterisk. Now it tells that it has to take all the remaining values as a list. Let me print that. Here we can see when we print A, apple is printed. That is because apple is been assigned to the first variable. And when we print B, all remaining values are printed as a list. Let me take another example to discuss about this unpacking. Okay, in this case we can see we have a tuple with 5 values. Now we are trying to unpack them using 3 variables: green, yellow, red. Since there are 5 values, we need to have 5 variables. But we wanted to have only 3 variables in this case. So if we don't provide 5 variables here, we will get the error because there are 5 values. To avoid that error, we need to use asterisk. So we have provided this asterisk before the last variable. So what will happen? In this case, the first variable, which is green, will get the first value, which is apple. And the second variable, yellow, will get the second value, which is banana. And then the third variable, since it has the asterisk before the variable, it will take all the remaining values from the tuple. What are those? These 3 values will be assigned to the third variable. Let me just print this. Here we can see green is printed, which is apple, yellow is printed, which is banana, and then finally red is printed, which is a list with all remaining values. We can keep this asterisk before any variable. Here it is. Green gets the first value, red gets the last value, and the remaining values will be assigned to the yellow. One thing to remember, at any moment when we unpack the values, we are allowed to use only one asterisk. That asterisk can be given to any variable, but we need to use it only once. If we provide this asterisk to multiple variables, what will happen? We get the syntax error. Multiple start expressions in an assignment. We are not allowed to do that. Why? Because it will first identify the variables wherever it doesn't have asterisk. So we have red. So the red will get the last value. And now there are other two variables where the asterisk is provided. So now it doesn't know how many values to give to green and how many values to give to yellow, which is why we will get the error. So always make sure that you will use only one asterisk during the unpacking. Whenever you unpack the values, you need to make sure that you will use only one asterisk if required. Now let us talk about how we can join tuples. If you look at the code, here we have tuple 1, tuple 2. So we are combining tuple 1 and tuple 2 and assigning that result to another variable, which is tuple 3. We see tuple 1 and tuple 2 are combined and the values are assigned to tuple 3. So when we print the tuple 3, the combination of tuple 1 and tuple 2 is printed to console. This is how we can combine multiple tuples. In a similar way, we can multiply the tuple. What will happen? When we multiply the tuple will get multiplied. The values inside the tuple will be multiplied. Let me print the values. Here we can see we are multiplying the tuple 1 with 2. So which means we are trying to multiply 2 times. So all the values are multiplied by 2. If we multiply by 3, we will see the values in a tuple are multiplied, repeated 3 times. This is how we can multiply a tuple. Now you may get the question, as tuple is immutable, how are we making changes to a tuple, right? We can discuss about this in our next video. Thank you.